Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication did not work for me. Modern medication.
So, this is Mercy TV live talking show. We're up at the Cornelius again with our leader here, Sonny.
Hello?
Hello. That's the place that you need to be looking at.
How you doing? Hope everybody's being safe out there and coming free. And how you doing there, Pete?
I'm doing well, and my garden is doing very well for this time of the year.
And hopefully everybody's being safe out there, and everybody's being safe out there, and CCTV's being safe. And
yep. So, my friends, the main thing is to get out and vote. Know your representatives and see if they're cannabis friendly. But we need to be responsible and vote when the time comes.
very important. You know, that was something that was being talked about the other day about the voting and some of the stuff that was going on. Well, because, you know, that was a lot of issues that are going on with all of these, you know, what's been going on here lately.
Yes, and the civil rights that's happening, and to understand that we're all one person, people on the earth.
Well, yes, and, you know, that's so important, you know, for everybody, and everybody's votes are important. And everybody needs to make sure that you're registered. And have you been registered? And everybody needs to make sure you're out there and registered. And that's so important.
And to sign the document, we're fortunate that we're a mail-in voting state, which makes sense.
Right. Well, hopefully everybody is taking the time to, you know, that's, you know, hopefully you take all the issues, you know, cannabis, they've been talking for so long how bad cannabis is, you know. Cannabis is good. You know, we've taken so long, pills are so good, but cannabis is good for you. You know, you can rub it on, you can eat it, you can rub it on topically, you can drink it, and your doctors, you know, doctors know, you know, CBD, the THC, you know, there's so many ways you can administer cannabis.
At one time, before 1937, when the Prohibition started, you could find cannabis in a lot of different products that was at the local store. And now we have these places where they really hurt the patients' rights and to have a grower to enjoy the cannabis.
Well, and that's what everybody is so important about, the education of cannabis, that you know, what is your condition, you know, everybody's condition, and talk to your doctor, what kind of, you know, how you can use cannabis, and just the CBDs and THC, and using it topically and rubbing it on and eating it and drinking it, and THC and CBD, and there's so many ways you can use it. And, you know, Pete, and growing it and you using it yourself and not having to go to the dispensary and buying it. You can use it and grow it, and you know there's
And use all of the plant, from the roots to the leaves to the flowers. It's all liable or viable to the body and your internal organs.
well, one of the patients was talking to me the other day and saying, well, it was too expensive. They had too much monies getting put into it. They were a lot of money's putting into the growing of it. And yeah, there's a lot of money's put into it, and you want to use good. You want to use good. You want the more good. You want to put good into it. You know, that's important. You want to use good in, you know, because that's what you get out of it. That's important. You know, you don't want to use bad.
No. But if you have an inexpensive product, use it. Because it's better than not being able to use anything. To use the vegetable oil instead of getting the olive oil or the coconut oil. Whatever's handy is that. But when you use quality product, you have a quality results.
Cooking and growing and all the different aspects of the cannabis you can do. You know, so depending on what you want to do. You know, don't let yourself stop using the cannabis because you don't have the particulars that you don't have. You know, use what you have available and try it. You know, and try it and use it and see what you can do with it.
Talk to your friends, talk to your children, talk to your doctors, and especially if you're getting excellent results from using the cannabis.
Well, because there's a lot out there that people are doing with it and getting really good results. But we've had a lot of good, bad, that people are talking about it. And that's not cool. You know, we don't want to have bad because people are talking.
Because they don't know the complete story to be talking about the results of the cannabis. Sometimes cannabis is the medicine. Sometimes this has to be the pharmaceutical drugs. But don't be afraid that you're going to get hurt from using cannabis. There's many different forms of the use. Edibles, making a butter, making an oil, making a tincture, is the other ways of not smoking.
Well, there's a lot you can do with it. You know, these are the things that people have learned, and Perry has set up a website, you know, and mercycenters.org and www. right there and Mercy Centers, and you can go to the different states and different countries and everywhere, and you know, he's set all of this up, and you can do that, or you can make calls, and you know, these are the things that we've done, and we've tried to help patients, and these are the things that we've done to help patients. And you know, this is what's possible with cannabis. And you know, this is what you do rather than use pharmaceuticals, because cannabis is natural. And using the natural is so much better. And by using the natural, you can take care of yourself, which using the natural will help your organs. And using your organs like that,
or your skin diseases.
well, because like I have, it's really helped. It's helped so much.
So, a while back in 1977, I was in a serious motorcycle injury where I had a head injury. I spent 3 weeks in a coma and several months in recovery. But I've used cannabis before and now. And I use it in many different ways, and eating it is the best for the internal body because your organs are all fed by your blood.
And cannabis helps.
Yes.
And it helps the organs, and it helps the blood, and it's helped alleviate a lot of other drugs Pete hasn't had to take.
Yes. And don't be afraid to talk to your children, talk to your friends, talk to your doctors. But the main thing is pay attention to what's being put on the voting ballot, because it all affects the neighborhood, and you're in this neighborhood. Residents.
Right, well, these are the things that we can do. And we can do this, and by making sure, do this, and you can do it. And you can do it, and this, you can do it.
Yeah, at this time, be safe, use your own pipe, your own smoking device, stand a reasonable distance, 6 feet or better, if you can. But don't be afraid to talk to your friends and neighbors about the benefits of cannabis, or to find out what they know.
Well, you want to talk to your children, and your children might already know. These are the conversations that are important, because cannabis is good.
And there's plenty of information on the smartphones or your computer that you could find out more about the cannabis and the benefits of using different varieties of the cannabis and different forms of preparing it.
Well, and that's another thing. The ways that you use and the ways you prepare it. Because you, as a patient, and the way you use it, and your body, how your body takes it in, because the organs will use it, and your blood. Well, because our blood does a lot. And people don't understand, your blood feeds your body. And when your body feeds your body, and your blood feeds your body, it does so much good. And look what our body does. And then the cannabis does that for your body. We want good things for the cannabis and have good things for your body, and we want positive, and be able to have good reports. And people, these are the good things that you can tell others. And see, Pete, these are the good information and education that people need to be able to share with others. And be able to go on to other and be able to educate others with other, they need to be able to tell others.
Yes. Another safety thing, it's mandatory in Marion County and a few other counties here, a mask when you're in great groups or in enclosed environments. It will protect you from getting the flu that's going around at this time. Be safe. That's the main thing. Respect other person's distancing.
So try and remember about your guys's, that your cannabis is good for you, and it's good for your body, and it'll help your organs, and it'll help because there's so much, it does so many good things, Pete, for more than, the psoriasis, the seizures, there's, the different things for the joints,
You can take the healing oil, this is true thing, and put it on your gums and have relief. Maybe not immediately, but in a couple days. The pain that was in your gums that your teeth are hurting. Make sure you always brush and use a toothpick to clean out between the teeth, but it relieves the pain. The healing oil relieves the pain from wasp stings. It has relieved the pain from my carpal tunnel. It relieved the pain of the arthritis that I have. But use it responsibly. That's the main thing. And talk to your children about the benefits of the cannabis, or to find out more things on the smartphone or your computer devices.
And that's what you want to tell them, because by being responsible with it, they'll, use it responsible.
Yes, like alcohol, which the alcohol department shouldn't be running the regular cannabis.
No.
No,
They shouldn't be.
it should be the agricultural department.
Right.
If you want to have something that makes sense.
Right. Because our cannabis is agriculture.
Yeah, it's like your tomato or your corn plant or your beans or your hops. But
It's agriculture, but it's for our medicine.
yeah,
We got medicine and it's agriculture, and we got patients for, we got people using, we got patients, there's so much. We got people growing, we got people administering, there's so much. We got people that need to grow that are patients.
yeah,
We got people that need to grow that are
regular
medicine.
folks.
Yeah. So there's a lot, and these are the things that we need to do because we're patients. And that's what we need to, getting back down to the Capitol and getting it straight.
Yes.
That's one of the things I was telling Perry we need to do too. Back to when we got this thing started out, when we started this, we need to do it again. It's time to do that,
So, be responsible. We're all citizens here on the earth. and here in Oregon. Please make sure you register and vote. Read the pamphlet that comes through the mail about the different items that are being on the ballot. It's your responsibility to do this, and this is for all of us here in Oregon. And remember, felons can't vote here.
Yes. Fellows are able to vote.
So what do you think the taste of this cannabis that you're smoking?
Tastes good. Um, Not really. Because I've been smoking what Sis has over in the bag,
Huh.
and it's really good.
Sorry it doesn't compare to that shit over there.
It don't. Well, I mean, there's a difference.
Well, that's not as aged as
Yeah,
this.
there's a difference. It's a little aged more. That must be what it is.
Cured.
It must be. Well, now that you ask, well, because I got good taste buds, you know. My taste buds are clean.
You have quit smoking tobacco.
Yeah, 7 months. January. Yeah. 7 months. January, no smoking. So my taste buds are very clean. Smelling and tasting and everything very clean. Everywhere I go is very clean and tasting, and I just notice.
So, respect your body. Use what you can, but respect your body. You need to be responsible. And using cannabis and not smoking it is one way. By edibles,
Another.
gets,
Well, and you'll notice the difference,
yes,
and you will notice the difference, and your body and your organs, and it all makes the difference. And as you do that, you will notice the difference. And as you notice the difference,
and if your animals happen to snag a cookie or whatever baked goods that you might be enjoying, and he's not going to die. He's going to be restful for a little bit, and depending on how much he had eaten is how long he's going to be asleep. But he'll have wobbly legs and this and that. So keep your medicine up high so the dogs don't get a hold of it, especially your children. You want to be doing this in a different area than where your children are present.
yes,
Unless your child happens to be needing cannabis to feel relief and quality of life.
Locked up safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep your medicine locked up safe. Always. So, what's our time looking like?
Well, we had 10 minutes when we last looked. We got 4 minutes. So, I guess thank you for CCTV for letting us do this show for a decade or better.
Yes.
And all the other people that have been through the Mercy Center and checked out our website. And thanks for Mike for starting up the program.
God bless him.
And Shauna for all her secretarial work that she did for the Mercy Center. And Dan and Kathy and Grandma Janet and Dr. Beck, who is a great help to the cannabis movement. And he would show up in his screens.
We've had lots of blessings.
Yes. And be responsible. Cannabis is a good plant and it has lots of different medical values to it. And you can use the root as well as the stems and flowers and leaves.
Yeah.
But each has a different...
Back to the education.
Yep.
And we're trying to show the education. And that's what's important. And with the website and the shows and, the voting, and there's so much.
CCTV
Thank you.
is great help.
Thank you. And the websites and the phone calls and thank you, Pete. Thank you, Perry. And give us a call or get a hold of us on the website. Leave us a message or get a hold of us.
But remember to vote and sign the envelope when you mail it here or mail it in. Peace and victory. Enjoy life. Have fun and go fly a kite. And enjoy the method that you enjoy cannabis, either by smoking it or making up some delicious edibles.
Or eating it, yes.
Edibles.
Cookies are good. Oil. You got rid of my psoriasis, I used to have it from the bottom of my legs all the way up to the top of my thighs, solid,
Truthfully.
solid. And now it's pretty much gone. And, that's just, from cannabis, oil, so people, if you understand, please, cannabis is real, that's what's important. So, God bless you.
Be safe, my friends. You want to say anything before I turn it off, Glenn?
Yes, good night.
Good night. God bless you all, every single one of you.